the granddaddy of them all, Best Picture. So there are 9 nominees this year. You can have anywhere up to 10. This year there are 9 nominees, but only a few have a real shot. So let's sort of dispatch with the ones that don't have much of a shot. The no-shot nominees this year are The Post and Darkest Hour. Now they both have serious subject matter, but their movies are just too kind of heavy-handed, old-fashioned, maybe even stodgy. They don't have a prayer. It was an honor just to be nominated for them, and they're so honored. A couple of movies that have a very small shot, I'd say Phantom Thread and Call Me By Your Name. Both are they're critical hits. A lot of critics organizations named one or the other as a best film. I just think they're too kind of outside the mainstream enough for them to get recognized as Best Picture. Also on the outside looking in, this might be a surprise if you look at the number of nominations, I think, is a movie called Dunkirk. Now, Dunkirk has the second most nominations, 8 after the 12 of Shape of Water, but I don't think it really has a shot at Best Picture, primarily because it has no acting nominations. It's really a movie with a lot of technical prowess, and I just don't think it's going to win the hearts of Oscar voters. So now that we've dispensed of 5 of the top 9 nominees, I want to look at the ones that I think have real shots. These next 2 I consider contenders, not front runners, but contenders, and that's Lady Bird and Get Out. The reason those movies have such prowess and possibility as surprise Best Picture winners is they all won nominations in acting, directing, and screenplay. That's usually a really good sign. You throw in the Best Picture nominations, and those are really significant winners. Lady Bird, just a delight of a movie, a great movie about a mother-daughter, the tensions between a loving and sometimes not so loving mother-daughter relationship. And then Get Out is a brilliant horror comedy about ultimately race relations as potent subject matters you can possibly have. Both would be, I think that would be kind of a roar in the auditorium if those 2 won, not because it would be such a shock. They both are well-received movies, but because they're so fresh and out of the box. They're not like most movies nominated for Best Picture. But ultimately, I think it's going to come down to the front runners, and that's The Shape of Water and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now, the reason I think those are the 2 front runners, between those 2 movies, they've really split all the major awards. So 3 Billboards won the Golden Globes, they won the SAG Awards, they won the BAFTA Awards, those are the British Oscars, and Shape of Water won the Critics' Choice, the Producers Guild, and Directors Guild. Now, between the 2 of them, when they were first announced, I thought it was something of a toss-up. Right now, although my vote would go to 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, I think it's a brilliant movie. I think Shape of Water is going to win. It got more nominations than 3 Billboards, but also in the intervening weeks since the Oscar nominations came out, there's been a growing backlash against 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, for the somewhat surprising reason that they think it's a little off on race. One of the key supporting actor nominees, actually, Sam Rockwell, is a racist cop who some see has kind of a redemptive arc in the story, and they feel like that's something of a tin ear. I personally don't buy that at all. I think he's just as confused and mixed up a character at the end of the movie as at the beginning. But some people are saying, that's not really. It's not really an accurate reflection of how we are thinking about race these days. So it's kind of an odd little backlash. I don't buy it, but I do acknowledge that. I do think that gives Get Out. If you like 3 Billboards but are not sure how they play the race card in that movie, you might opt for Get Out as maybe more on the spot movie about race relations. But anyway, I think whatever the controversy is, I think that Shape of Water will benefit. Shape of Water is its own odd movie about a mute woman falling in love with a fish man, so it's a fantasy. It's not like your general run-of-the-mill kind of Best Picture nominee, but it's a movie about love, and I think in the end it's less offensive. It doesn't kind of rub some people the wrong way enough that I think Shape of Water, somewhat disappointingly for me, will win Best Picture 2018. All of my movie reviews are brought to you by Red Wind Casino. See them here first on the KIRO Radio Facebook page and find all of them at mynorthwest.com.